Hey Content Hacker friends, I am here at my desk. I'm about to show you very detailed tutorials using content at scale. They're in the background. I'm going to show you exactly how to use it to produce incredible high quality content. We're talking research backed, long form blogs in minutes. My writer at Content Hacker, Alyssa, who is now the head of content, joining me at Content at Scale. What we found whenever we tested this back in January in my own content process at Content Hacker, because y'all know, I don't recommend anything I don't believe in. And it took me way too long to adapt to AI in general. And this is why I couldn't find the tool. ChatGPT didn't write long form content. No other tool did. So Content at Scale truly changed the game. So I'm going to show you tutorials. You're going to get to see it over my shoulder, how it actually works, so that you can be inspired to use it too. My goal is that you are able to do what we did. So whenever we integrated this at Content Hacker, I'll never forget, I gave Alyssa Content at Scale, gave her the login. I had been blown away, but I knew that my writer needed to be too. And whenever she tested it, she came back to me that Friday night and she said, Julia, we're gonna save 7+ hours per post. Now I build content to build an audience. I don't build content randomly. I have built my own websites up to 6 figures in traffic and revenue. That's organic traffic from Google. I know what it takes. It takes good content to get there. If you want the revolutionary tool to help you produce that kind of content, that's Content at Scale. So enjoy these tutorials and be sure to scroll down on this page or somewhere in the video description to get a special offer only here at Content Hacker where you get 20% off. 20% in additional post credits. So you get a 20% free bonus credits by using my link. So be sure to use that. Scroll down, use my link. It has Julia Recommends in it. That's the link you're going to use to sign up and get 20% in additional post credits. It's like 20% extra free content. So without further ado, let's jump right into the tutorial. I cannot wait to show you the magic of Content at Scale. It's going to change the game forever when it comes to long form content. So before you start writing, the first step you're going to do with Content at Scale is to add a project. Once you're logged in, you can create as many projects as you want. As you can see here, I have 14 different ones, and they're going to be for one website. So one project per website. So let's say we're going to create a project for this website, Test Gorilla, where maybe they're a client of ours, or maybe we are partnering up on creating their content. So here's how we want to do that. So we're going to click the Create Project button, and this is where we're going to add all of the details. So we're going to add the project name, which is just their company name. We're going to add their website. In the project context, we need to describe what this website does. So I often go to the homepage tagline right here, and I will actually rewrite this and put this in the project context. But if you don't have a website live, you just want to summarize what this website will be all about. So at Test Gorilla. Okay, so then our audience, we want to think about who our audience is. So these are companies these are applicants and companies because they serve both groups. If you know your audience, you want to be specific and put that here. Companies and candidates. Hire or get hired. So authoritative is a good tone of voice. Another good one is informative, but you can pick your own as well as type it in. So that's all we need to do. We can select how many posts we're going to do per month here, but you can always come back to this and change it later. So you could just leave it 1 for now, or if you know the exact amount, put it in there. And then you can select the language you're going to primarily write in and the word count, but I generally leave these areas alone because I will pick the word count range directly whenever I write a post. So that's how to add a project in Content at Scale. So here's how to add a content piece from a keyword. You're going to go into the relevant project that is corresponding to the website you're going to add this content piece to. So for me, I'm going to add a keyword for content hacker. So what I do is I'm going to click add content from a keyword, hit next. I'm going to put in my keyword here. My keyword for this piece is how to use AI in your content creation workflow. So if you have a keyword with informational search intent, a how-to, best of, what is, those work great for long form content. You really want to apply a good keyword strategy, and preferably you've done some keyword research. You know this is a good keyword. You know your competition numbers. You can leave the context field completely blank because this tool knows what to do. It goes and researches the top of Google. It'll rewrite content from that, and it does a ton of research along with quality of writing. You literally do not have to guide it more than just giving it the keyword. So you can save it to the planner to come back to it. You can customize a brief. We don't recommend that though, unless you have something specific you do want it to write. But if you let the tool research the top of Google, it'll really do its best work. But we're going to click create content now to get this into the queue. We're going to click yes, create post, and it adds to the queue. We're going to come back when this is ready, and then we will edit it and get it ready for publishing. So I got busy with other work, came back, and this post is completely written. So now we're just going to refresh the page so we can click on that edit button. Going to click on that, and we can get directly into the long form piece. So you can see this is 2,700 words. We can go to the research tab. We can rerun it if we don't like it. We can do a plagiarism scan. Let's do that real quick. See what it comes back as. That came back 0%, so that means there is no duplicate content. It's 100% original. We can do an AI detection scan to see the predictability of this being human versus written by a bot. So we're at 97% predicted, reads like a human wrote it, which is awesome. So we can scroll through, and now we can apply our craft framework to make this better. So cutting the fluff, right? Trimming things, fixing errors. You don't just want to plug and play this, you do want to make it better. So go through, make it better, apply your personal touch, add images, add screenshots, add media, fact check, and build trust by adding personal story, your own personal touch and tone. So in general, we see like 30 to 40 minutes to edit this piece and have it ready, but the research and the work is mostly done, which is incredible. So let's talk about the in-app features. Whenever you're inside of a written post, on the right, you'll see this amazing section. So if we start with the first tab, SEO, first of all, we have our title, our URL, and our meta description. This is all written by the tool, so it's all original. You have an original meta, and this syncs directly to your website if you integrate at the project level. So if you download the WordPress plugin, you install that on your site, all of this syncs directly to your Yoast or your Rank Math SEO plugin, whichever you use. So down here we have our optimization score. This is a 1 to 100 score based on the SEO optimization of the entire piece. How well is it optimized? And then over here we have stats, which show us what we need to do to make this better. So it looks like we need to decrease the amount of words. We need to go through it, cut some content out, and we need to add more media, more images, screenshots. We also need to decrease the amount of links. There's a lot of links going on in this piece. And we need to go according to the checklist, which is the second tab in SEO. So this is your on-page checklist, literally a step-by-step guide on what to do to hit your main points. You need to pick a category, make sure the title is a little bit shorter. So if you or a writer go through this and optimize it, you can use our craft framework, right? But you can really just follow this for the SEO part of making this piece better. The notes section, you can add notes if you have team members working on this piece. If we scroll down under the optimization score, we have our keywords. So let me explain how this works. The number on the right-hand side after the dash is a real-time number that Content at Scale comes up with after looking at what's ranking in the top of Google. So the top pieces in Google right now for this keyword, best AI marketing tools, the keyword appears in the article 15 to 47 times. So we want to hit around the minimum of 15. Sometimes if it's 10, 13, 14, as long as it's within that minimum range, a few numbers off is okay. But it's only in here 2 times, so we need to get closer to that baseline minimum. And that's something a writer can do from a human perspective. Our tool will continue to get better and better at this, so your work will go down. But right now, you still need that human touch to go through this, optimize it with the right keywords. The keywords in green are the keywords that are properly optimized enough times. So we just need to go through this and optimize it. In the research tab, we can rerun the post. That doesn't cost a credit. If you don't like it, you don't like what you see, you can have it completely rewrite, and it's always original content. You can see what's ranking in the top of Google in the ranking content section. You can go to plagiarism and check for any duplicate content. This is a direct API call to Copyscape, which usually costs 25 cents or more just to run that. So that's included. The paid version of Copyscape is included in our tool. You also have an in-app AI detector. You can click detect and it'll tell you how likely all of this content is to be human, to read human, sound human, the predictability, the probability, and the pattern. And this is a highly accurate AI detector, even though all AI detectors are trained on human writing. So in the end, they don't truly know if it's robot or human. They're only predicting word strings. The better the word strings, the more human it sounds. So in the media tab, we can upload a featured image here, or we can select a royalty-free image from an existing built-in gallery. Over here in the history tab, we can see a timeline of who worked on this piece and when. So here's how to create a full post from a podcast. You're going to go in the corresponding project you want to use for this piece of content. For this project, I'm going to use Content Hacker. I want to add a blog. We're going to rewrite an episode from Amy Porterfield's podcast. So we're going to click Add Content from a podcast episode. Click Next. We're going to add the iTunes URL. So I'm going to the iTunes podcast and grabbing the individual episode URL. Going to put that into Content at Scale and click Create Content Now. And that will add to our queue. We'll come back and check when it's done. All right, we have a full blog ready to go from the Amy Porterfield podcast. You can see it's 1,600 words. We have an amazing title that it came up with as well, Growing a Heart-Centered Business, Strategies for Success. So we're going to click on it and jump right into it to start editing and getting it ready for publish. So here's what it looks like inside the editor. That's a really good first sentence. Heart-centered business owners understand that success goes beyond the bottom line. Very well written. And see, it's embedded the podcast. We have, as usual, our table of contents here ready to go. And we have our sections written out from the podcast. We just need to clean this up, make it better, and get it ready for publishing. Add our own personal touch to it. If we go down here, we can see that Content at Scale picked out the best keyword by itself for this content piece. So the recommended keyword is heart-centered business. So we can optimize for that keyword by adding in a few more terms. You can see the ones that we need to add a few more times here circled in yellow. So we just need to go through that and optimize the piece more and get it ready to go. But this is what it looks like to write a full blog from a podcast. Okay, so we're going to add a YouTube piece and turn that into a full blog post. So we're going to click the Add Content button. We're going to choose YouTube video. We're going to click Next. We're going to put in the URL of our YouTube video. For this one, I want to use the one from my channel that we just published. And we're going to click Create Content Now. Okay, so that piece went into the queue. You can see it here. And now we'll come back and check it out when it's ready. All right, our long form blog from the YouTube video is ready to go. You can see it's 1,700 words. It has a full title here, AI content creation, boosting long form blogging and SEO. A reminder, if you've downloaded our WordPress plugin and you've connected it with the API, this will directly sync to the backend of your WordPress website as well. So if we go through this piece, we can see it is a long form piece that's based on our YouTube video. so much better than a transcription. We have a breakdown of the points we cover. You can see the videos already nicely embedded, and it's broken down. We have links to the tools mentioned. So we want to go through this, of course, make it better, add our own personal touch, add story, add a CTA to our services, and we can go through the optimization score and make it better as well by optimizing with our keyword a few more times. So whenever you choose YouTube to post, podcast to post, anything that's not keyword to post, our tool will take a good guess at the best keyword for this piece of content. So that's what it did here. You can see that it picked AI content creation, which is a pretty relevant keyword to pick for this topic. And it's optimized the piece for that keyword. So it's done that part as well. And now it's just up to us to go through, humanly review, make it better, and publish. Here's how to use Content at Scale to rewrite a blog post. So one great way that you can use Content at Scale to inform and create content that'll rank in the top of Google is to actually pull a high-ranking piece from a Google keyword in the SERPs and have Content at Scale rewrite that. We have users very successful at that. So for this, I'm going to pull the top ranking piece on someone else's site for the keyword how to use ChatGPT. I want to recreate this for my Content Hacker blog. So we're going to grab that URL, and that's going to be what we will ask Content at Scale to rewrite for us. So to do that, click the Add Content button in the project. I'm in Content Hacker project. Click from an existing blog post URL. Put in that URL. We're going to click Create Content Now, and it will be added to the queue, and we can come back and check on it later. So we have our blog post written from the top ranking article on this keyword. You can see it here in the queue. It's 2,600 words. We even have a new title based on the one from ZDNet, and we can click on the pencil icon to get started. So let's do that. Let's see how good this is. So right away, it's 71 in the optimization score. We're just going to go through this and make it better. We can lowercase that sticks out right away. So you want to go through this and add your human touch. You never just want to publish straight out of the gate, although this is really good content. So go through, fact check, add screenshots, images, media to make this stronger and better. Add your personal touch. And don't forget to follow the keyword guide down here so you can see what kind of keywords it's suggesting that we add in or we remove a few more times. But there we have it, a full blog post rewritten from one of the top ranking blogs on YouTube for our keyword. That's a wrap on my full step-by-step tutorial on how to use Content at Scale. It is a tool I use every day for my own site at Content Hacker. I hope that you'll consider adapting it into your workflow as well. I think it's also a great solution if you offer content as a service to clients. You can do it 10 times more affordably. You can cut your cost, increase your profit margins, get your time back. It's an exceptional tool for generating true high quality, long form content. You want to make sure you go through the content, you edit it, but you don't really have to spend more than 30 to 40 to maybe 50 minutes to edit that content and make it better. You truly have the bones of something great to work with. So I hope you'll test Content at Scale out today. Use my link and get 20% additional post credits. That's like 20% free content. So use my link to get that special offer and get started today. It will change your life if you publish long form content, if you run a website, if you sell this as a service. Trust me, it'll change your life. So get started using it today. And I look forward to seeing you on the other side since I'm in the team at Content at Scale and welcoming you among our user group.